In this video, we are going to do Chapter 5, Void Functions. I'm using this program as an example. This is the program you see in the chapter and also in the slides. So this is the converting temperature program. I want to do this. I want to change this, okay? So let's see. I'm saying change the user instruction for the program and use a function, okay? So this is actually two of them, okay? Let's do this one. So we want to change the user instruction. What is the user instruction? This is the user instruction. You are telling the user what to do. So I want to change the instruction into a function. If you look at it, it's simply a cout statement, right? So it's a void function. Let's just call it user instruction, okay? And it should not accept anything. You just print out the statement. So that's that. And now let's define it, okay? User instruction. And what do we do in this function? I'm just going to copy this and put it here. Okay, so what do you do in this function? You simply print out this statement. And remember, you can have an optional return statement. It's not necessary though. Okay, so that is done. That's the function definition. Now let's use that. When you use a void function, you simply use it as an executable statement, which means you simply use the function name. Okay, if it does not accept any parameter, you just put the parentheses there. And that's it. I think I may have misspelled something. User instruction. User instruction. And what's the problem? It's undefined. Okay, let me see what this is. Okay, I misspelled. So user instruction, we call that instruction, right? And so initialize screen, and that is basically print out a new line character, right? And then user instruction, that is printing out this. Just to make the screen look better, the initialize screen, and then you print out the instruction, and then we do this. So let's run. If you look at this, this is the output, right? Initialize screen. So I have two new line characters. That's why you have these two empty lines. And then this is the user instruction. Okay, so that's that function. Now I will enter 45, and then the cin ftemp will read that. And then we call this function, which returns a value, right? This is normal chapter 4 function. It returns a value, and we assign it to a variable, and then we show result. And show result is a void function. So you call it as an executable statement. You do not assign it to a variable. You do not put it in cout. You simply call it. And show results simply sets up the formatting and show whatever you give me, whatever you pass to the function, the degrees, F degree and C degree. Okay, so that is that program. Okay, I just deleted everything I did, and let's do this one. Write a function named announce and simply make an announcement. Say whatever you want. Okay, so since we are making an announcement, we are not returning anything, we are not accepting anything because you can say whatever you want. So it's a void function, announce, and it accepts nothing. Okay. Let's define it. Okay, so How do you make an announcement? You simply print it out. And what do we want to say? We can say the semester has just started. Okay. Oh no, it's the middle, right? So whatever you want to say. Okay. Um, that's it. And let's give it a new line character. And then return is optional. Okay, let's run this we need to call it. And since it's a void function, we simply call it as an executable statement, announce. Okay, so this is the semester has just started. No, it is the middle. That is this function. Okay, so that is the function declaration. This is the function call, and this is the function definition. Let's do the next one. Overload this function, announce, and announce whatever is given to you. So you overload this function, and if you remember, overloading a function means you use the same function name. But the return type doesn't help, doesn't count. But in our case, our return type is void because we are simply making an announcement. Okay, you announce whatever is given to you. So it should be a string variable. Let's just say announcement. That's too much words to type, but okay. And since we are using string, we need to include a string here. Okay, so let's do this assignment, this definition. And this is even simpler. Whatever you want me to announce, whatever you give me, right? I will just announce it. And let's give it a new line character also. And we can even add a new line character beforehand. Okay, let's run, let's call this function first. So announce. And what do we want to say? We want to say tomorrow is another day, right? Okay. So let's run. And you can see this is the first call, announce. This is the second call, announce. Okay, so that is, it has a parameter, right? That's that one. The next one, overload a function named announce. It will be given the starting date and ending date and will display something like the semester starts on whatever the starting date is and end on whichever the end date is. So once again, you're displaying something. You are not returning any value. It is simply a void function. And we have the starting date and the ending date. So we need to accept two parameters. And starting date and ending date, you can use date, the integer, which might be a little bit more complicated. I will just use string. Okay. Start and string end. Because our purpose is really to demonstrate the void function, not the details of what to accept. Okay, so let's implement this one. Okay, so we just use a cout statement and we say the semester starts on whatever date you gave me. Let's start, right? And ends on whatever end date you gave me. So that's the end. And then I will just add the new line characters. maybe 2 of them. Okay, so here, let's call it announce. Always leave that "and" out. And we can say what? August 23rd, 2018, right? That's the starting date. December the 15th, 2018. Okay, and so that's we are calling it. And of course, you can ask the user to enter anything, and then you use that as a string variable and put it here. That's all fine. Okay, so here it says the semester starts on this date and ends on that date. Okay, so that's all good. Just to make sure you know, we can do this. String s is equal to tomorrow is another day. And here, instead of using the string literal, we can use s also, right? And it will be exactly the same. Okay, and you can see it's the same. So that is those functions. Okay, and especially this shows you the function overloading. No parameter 1 and 2. Okay, and that's how you call the void function. You simply use the function name followed by parameter list. If it's empty, you still need the parentheses, and that's how you define them.